So this is just a little complimentary video that I wanted to make because as you get into this week and you do the exercises this week, you might start noticing some things start to shift in your reality. But I just want to give you a couple things to, one, remember and realize, and two, just to prepare you for. In order for things to change, you have to change. Okay? In order for things to change, you have to change. All right? So this week, I want you to do something different in your routines. Maybe that's try a new coffee shop. Maybe that's in the morning you take some time to breathe or meditate or journal or do one of these exercises that we've been building on for the last few weeks. Maybe it's wearing something different or shopping at a different store. Maybe it's sending a text to someone that you haven't talked to in a while or approaching a conversation differently. Whatever it is, I want you to do something differently every single day this week. Okay. It can be the same thing. You pick one thing and that's what you're doing different every day, or you can do something different every day. All right. Because with change, you have to change, but also with change may come chaos. And this may feel scary to your body because when we change things about ourselves, when we change our vibrational frequency, when we change our thought patterns, when we change our emotions, which is all of our vibrational frequency, when we change how we do things, we're changing the frequency that we are operating on, okay? The frequency that we are operating on is responsible for us experiencing this current reality, all right? So if you are shifting frequency either higher or lower, guess what also has to shift? Your experience, your reality. Because what you're experiencing now is available to you because of the frequency that you are operating on. Now, when we shift our frequency higher, which is what you're going to be doing throughout this course, things have to change. And how those things change might be people come in or leave your life. It might be you stop resonating with a certain outfit. So maybe you want to clean your closet this week, go through some of your old clothes and throw them out. Anything that just feels old or feels like not flattering. Seriously, do this. Clothes carry energy. Do a closet clean out this week or sometime before the end of this course. All right. Maybe you used to like going out 3 times a week, but now you want to stay in. Or maybe you like staying in, but now you want to go out. Maybe you used to be drawn to certain restaurants, but now you're starting, you notice new restaurants all of a sudden. You notice new things on the menu all of a sudden. It can be something as small as that. It can be something as big as like you get into a fight with a friend and you realize that maybe the friendship has come to an end. I know that's something that I have experienced in the last year. Not necessarily a fight, just like a slow dissolution of the relationship. But things will shift. Things that you used to resonate with, you will not resonate with anymore. Conversations that you have might change. Things that you start to notice will change. People that you used to be really close with, you might not feel so close with anymore. But it's creating room for new people to come into your life. Opportunities that you were really excited about, maybe you're not excited about them anymore. Or opportunities that were presenting themselves to you, maybe they're rescinded. But new opportunities will come. And you have to be okay with this process. Otherwise, you won't be able to change. This is where we want to stay in that detached energy. We don't want to attach to the when, the how, the who, the what of how things are showing up in our life. We just want to attach to the feeling of it. We want to marry the feeling, and we just want to date the who, what, when, how. Okay? Because that's all going to change. But if we're married and we're committed to the feeling, then we know like, okay, this is a commitment. This is what I'm coming back to every single day. I know that this stuff is going to change. Like Zach is in real estate, my husband, and he says like, date the rate, marry the something, marry the property, date the rate or something like that. Like when he's buying a house, because he'll buy a house with like different interest rates. But interest rates are always changing, right? And you have to be okay with that when you're buying properties. So we want to date the who, what, when, how. We want to marry the the emotion, the feeling of what we think is going to happen, okay? Because through this change period, it can feel chaotic. It can feel hectic. It can feel like a lot, right? And that's okay. That's okay. That's to be expected. This is why I'm telling you this. Because the current version of you has created the current reality that you're living in. And when we decide we want something new and when we start taking action for new things to come in, things will have to rework themselves in our reality. There might be some growing pangs. It might feel really challenging at times. We might be like, what the heck? I thought this was going to be easy. Never promised it was going to be easy, but it will be worth it. But the journey to having what we want, it can feel challenging at times because we are literally being pushed to the edge of everything that we are familiar with. And that can feel really challenging and it can feel really scary. And what can happen is we can slip back into old sabotaging ways because our subconscious wants to feel safe. But what we can remind ourselves of, and I may have said this in another video this week, I'm not 100% sure, but whatever, it works to hear it twice, is that although it feels scary, you are still safe. Although it feels scary, you are still safe. Okay? Okay. I just want you to get ahead of the curve, to be prepared. If you start noticing like shit start hitting the fan, when things start changing, it's like when you're cleaning your closet. And at least if you're a female, I don't know how men clean their closet, but I know being a female, I can speak for at least some females. I throw all of my shit in like on my bed. Okay. And it looks like a disaster. Like when I'm cleaning everything out, it looks like a disaster. And it can feel very like anxiety provoking if you were to leave the room and walk back and you're like, oh my gosh. But then as you put stuff back in the closet, as you take stuff away and you clear stuff out and you put stuff back in the closet and you're reorganizing how things go, it feels so good. And at the end, it looks better than it did before. Or if you're rearranging your room or if you're moving into a place, what happens? There's pure chaos that ensues first because everything needs to be moved around. But once everything finds its place again to refresh the energy, it feels good. It's like, this feels good. Same thing happens in our life. It can be a little small chaos, or it might feel like it's really big. Okay. But trust that as you change, your reality will change. And as your reality changes, there might be some stuff that happens. There might not be. It might be, like I said, it might be something very, very, very small. Okay. There's no way to tell. But just know, like, as you shift frequencies, new things are going to be available to you on this higher frequency. But it means that was what was once available to us down here, we're no longer available for that. We are available for this now, which is great. There's so much more potential and possibility for us up here. So yay, celebrate it. Okay. But prepare yourself. If this happens, I can feel scared. I can feel scared moving forward, but I'm still safe. Remind yourself that you are still safe. The subconscious prioritizes safety, okay? And just know, you've done this before. You've changed before. You've done new things before. Everything feels scary, okay? You've gone through change before. You've gone through evolution before, and you've survived every single time. Remind yourself of that. Every single time you've survived, and you've probably looked back and you're like, wow, I'm glad that that happened. Wow, I'm glad that I'm no longer there. Wow, I'm glad I'm no longer with that person. Wow, I'm glad that deal fell through. Wow, I'm glad I never ended up partnering with them. Wow, I'm glad I didn't move there. Whatever it is. So remind yourself of all the new things that you have done before to prepare you that as new things start happening and as change starts occurring, you're totally good. I might be scared, but I'm totally safe. And it's okay for me to move forward with fear next to me. I'm not going to let fear take over and drive my car, but fear can sit in the passenger seat and I'm going to calmly get us to wherever we're going. All right. You can look for things in the past that you've done before to create the proof that like, hey, we're good. We've got this. We've done this. Okay. So this is just in the event that some change starts happening in your life that feels a little chaotic. Again, you might use this, you might not. Just wanted to give it to you. So that it concludes this video. I will see you in the next one.